Hey guys, this is Nerly. I'm back with another video. If this is your first time here, make sure that you like this video, that you subscribe, and that you also comment below so that I know what you are thinking. So it's been a little while since I posted a video. I was taking an unintentional break. I've just been so busy with a lot of different things, but I definitely wanted to make sure that I post a video this week for you guys. And what I'm going to be talking about in this video is about my songwriting journey. A few of you guys may know that I'm a songwriter and also a singer. I just wanted to explain a little bit about my journey as a songwriter, and also a couple of the projects that I have going on that I'm excited about and excited to tell you guys about for the upcoming year, because we're already at the end. Like, I can't believe that it's October and next month is November. Like, time is just, going, and 2020 is going to be before us before we know it, right? It's gonna be right there before we know it. And I'm going to just talk about a little bit of things pertaining to my songwriting journey. So I started writing songs in elementary school. Like, I was probably in 3rd grade when I started, and around that time I was listening to 90s, early 90s, early 2000 singers and everything like that, and hits. And I always wanted to be in like a girl group. So I Destiny's Child was just basically my influence and my inspiration. So I wanted to be in a girl group. And of course, you have to have your own song. So I thought, I would just, write our songs or whatever. And I had 2 friends at the time, and I was just like, we should just make a group. So we basically got our name together, and I started writing songs for us. The songs were basically about like girl power, boys, and all that stuff that you would think about, I guess, when you're in 3rd grade. And based on the influences that I had, basically those were my songs. And the evolution of what I talked about, the structure of my songs and everything has changed. And the thing is that I never took songwriting class, right? I've watched a couple of videos before, but when I was in 3rd grade, I literally went off the format of the radio, what I was hearing, what I was listening. So I knew that a song had to have a verse, a chorus, a B section, a bridge, basically, and like, an outro, whatever. So I knew like how a song was supposed to be structured, but I've never got like formal training. So that's basically how I've been like building my songs since the 3rd grade. And learning along the way also, like, what not to have, what a song should have, the melodies, the rhythms, all those different things that kind of make a song a great song. So yeah, it started pretty young for me, and I just continued it on. I had a notebook basically, and then I also had like a binder full of songs as well. And I'm just excited because I know that next year you guys will actually get to hear my work. It will actually be out, and I'm excited for that, because it's one thing to write it on a page, but when it's actually like being made and organized and just put into reality, hearing it back now, like some of the songs that have already been recorded and stuff like that, that hasn't been out yet, but it's just recorded and everything. I can't wait for it to be released next year, because it's just everything that I've been writing down, my heart song, like, is just out now, so I'm excited about that. Now my inspiration, where I get my inspiration for my songs, it can come out of anywhere, actually. Like, you can get inspiration anywhere, honestly. For if you ask painters or different creatives and graphic designers, and like you can get inspiration from a lot of different places. So I know like one time I wrote a song based off of a graffiti on the wall. The graffiti said love is real, and I wrote a song called Love is Real. Like, so it's based on, you know, your surroundings and what you're influenced by and all these different things. There are times where I literally wake up in the middle of the night because I have a melody in my mind, or I just have like a couple of words like from a dream or something like that, and I'm like, oh, I gotta write this down. This could be something, you know, like this could be a hit, you know, you never know. You never know, like this could be real, like something very special, you know. And there were times when I literally had inspiration, and I told myself, oh, you know, I'll write it down later, and I literally forget what it is. You know, I literally forget the words of the song, or I forget the melody. So you know, ever since that happened, like there was a specific song and it was so beautiful, but I did not write it down. I did not record the melody or anything, and I forgot it, and I was so mad about it. So from then on, I promised myself, like I promised God too, I was just like, I'm gonna write it down, even if it's on a napkin, even if I have to leave where I am, like if I'm at work or I'm at school or in a class or whatever it is, just to make sure that I remember it. I'll just leave for a second, record it on my phone, on voice memo. Listen, voice memo is life right now for me. Voice memo is life, okay? So I'll just record on there, or if there's a piece of paper, whatever, write on there, just so that I remember, because I forget. Like, first of all, my memory is already bad. Right now, whenever it is, whatever time it is, my friends already know, like, if I leave the room unannounced, or even if it's just like weird and I'm like just out, it's because I have something in mind. I don't want to forget it, so I'm going to record on my phone, or I'm going to maybe put it on my notes or something like that, just to make sure I have it. And I challenge you guys, those who are creatives as well, like if you have an idea in mind, if you have something that is influencing you and inspiring you, like write it down, put it in a journal, put it in your notes, record it on your voice memo, like whatever it is, because you never know what that can be one day, or what it can create, what you can create out of it. It could be a song, it could be a painting, it could be a beat, it could be whatever it is. So yeah, just try to document those things, write it down, make it plain, you know, and you'll be good. So that's one thing. So inspiration can happen anywhere. Now with the projects that I have for 2020, so Ignite Ministries, for those of you who don't know, I'm in a group called Ignite, and we sing at different events. And if you ever want to hear us sing, we do have a channel on YouTube, so you can hear us sing there, and we also have vlogs on there as well. And we do have an EP coming out in 2020. We've been working on it what seems like forever, and we just want it to be beautiful. It's finally going to be released in 2020. I'm believing in God for it. I'm praying for it, and I just pray that it just is a blessing to you guys. And it is a Christian gospel album, and it's just going to be the songs that I've written, and what Ignite and our musicians have put together and created, just to glorify God and to give Him glory. And I just hope and pray that you guys are blessed by it. And we'll be coming out with dates soon, and you'll see that on social media, as far as like our release day, and all the major platforms that it will be distributed on. And also I do have another project that I'm working on, a solo project, and I'm excited about that as well, because this is something that, you know, I've never done before. But you know, it's like, it's time. It's one of those things, like, you feel it in your heart and your soul, like it's just time. What are you waiting for? You know the people now, you have the connects, you have the network, like do what you got to do. I feel like it's just time for that to happen. So that is another project that I have for 2020. Make sure you guys stay tuned and that you guys are you know, tuning into our YouTube channels and our Instagram, our Facebook, just so that you are updated on the things that we're doing and the things that I'm doing as well. I challenge you guys, whether you are a singer, a songwriter, you're a musician, you're a painter, you're a graphic designer, whatever creative talent that you have, go for it, do it. You know, sometimes we put it on the back burner, or we just say like, you know, I'll get to it, may not be this time, or you know, we give excuses for those type of things. But I'm challenging you, right, to just do it. You know, sometimes it may seem like we don't have all the pieces to the puzzle, and even now working on these projects and everything, like I don't have all the pieces to the puzzle. You know, like I don't know how it's gonna turn out, or what you know, the outcome may be, but I'm hoping, I'm wishing, I'm praying, I'm creating, and I'm doing like what God has called me to do. There's no good in that when you're just waiting and not doing anything to actually be productive. You know what I'm saying? Like you can wait, but are you being productive? Are you at least planning? You know, like so that when the time is right, that you are ready. Like because some of these songs that I have written, like I wrote them a year ago, 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. Like I wasn't recording the songs at the time, maybe, but now is the time that I'm, you know, recording, and next year is when it should be released. So at least prepare it while you're waiting, you know, for that opportunity, or while you're planning for that opportunity to come by, you know. So I challenge you guys to do it. I challenge you guys to follow your dreams, and to, you know, speak to God about what He has called you to do on this earth, because you know that's a vital part of your life. That's a vital part of everybody's life that is connected to you. So do what you got to do out there. Do what you got to do. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure that you like this video, that you subscribe, and that you comment below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.